Hi, I'm Michael McNutt, a reporter with The Oklahoman. I'm joined here by Andrew Rice, Democratic candidate for U.S. Senator. Andrew is a state senator from Oklahoma City. Well, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
What are the biggest issues you feel in your campaign?
Well, really the biggest contrast between myself and Inhofe are economic issues. I feel like the last 8 years, the policies of the administration and that Inhofe has supported quite a bit haven't been balanced for middle-class families and small businesses. And so to protect us from the recession that we're going to be entering into and getting the economy kick-started again, our tax policies and our public investments need to really be oriented towards growing the middle class, protecting the middle class, and making sure that the small businesses in Oklahoma, which make up about 90% of private business in Oklahoma, are able to weather this storm that we're having and continue to keep their employees and grow the economy from the bottom up rather than the top down.
Now, what have you done? You're running against U.S. Senator Jim Inhofe, been in the Senate since 1994. What have you done to distinguish yourself from Senator Inhofe?
Well, Senator Inhofe talks about how he's stubborn and won't change. And the issue that I find as I've gone over most of the counties and campaigned quite a bit, much longer than he's been in D.C. quite a bit, staying away from voters, has been that Oklahomans really want bipartisanship. Our voters, our people are not real party people. They're not necessarily rah-rah Republicans, rah-rah Democrats. And they're looking for someone in the tradition of David Warren or Henry Bellman and others to work well with both sides, especially given the health care crisis we have, the financial crisis, the big problems that the next Congress and the next president are going to be dealing with. It's going to be a rough couple of years getting the budget, which is $11 trillion in debt, balanced here in Oklahoma in the legislature. We have a balanced budget amendment. We balance the budget every year. And so Senator Inhofe has never even pretended to be bipartisan. He's always sort of been up there to fight the other side. And I just find a lot of voters who don't think that they can afford to go with him anymore. And I'm someone who has a record in the state Senate here, working with both sides. I pride myself on being bipartisan and being a professional. And so that would probably be the biggest contrast. And that's why I feel like we've got a lot of great momentum leading into the election next Tuesday.
And what has been the biggest surprise during your campaign, good or bad?
I think that, I haven't had too many surprises. I guess that the level of which people really don't care about political party affiliation has probably been the biggest surprise, that people really do vote for the person. In Oklahoma, people really pride themselves on splitting the ticket, and they want balance. I would say that the level of disgruntlement and anger towards the federal government and towards incumbents, the way that Washington has gone, has been extremely high. I don't blame people. I myself, as a taxpayer here, as a father of 2 young kids, I'm worried about the decisions on both sides. Democrats who I would be serving with in the U.S. Senate really not having the courage to do what's right. This bailout bill that was really, Wall Street really got what they wanted on it, rather than a rescue package that could come to Main Street, help our local banks, help our credit unions, help consumers weather the storm. And I'm just very much frustrated myself. So if I'm lucky enough to be a U.S. Senator from Oklahoma, I'm going to go up there with a very reform-minded attitude and to do what I can to change the system, much like Tom Coburn has done. See how long I'll stay there, try to make my imprint, and come back here and go back into private life.
Yeah. Senator Rice, thanks for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
And be sure to check back here at newsok.com for latest election news, and check The Oklahoman out as well. I'm Michael McNutt, reporter with The Oklahoman.